Hey, so I just finished the building the package system and compiling it and fixing all the bugs. So with this game, it's built in Unity, and the code base was a complete mess. It wasn't a mess. I mean, all the systems worked and it was very good, but I didn't know what depended on what. So I came up with this idea to use Unity's built-in packages. Um, and I'll show you how it works. So I'll load up Unity. I've got, now usually this has a whole bunch of things in it, projects, but I've just cleared them out for this. So I'll just create a new project in the rubbish, a folder called rubbish bin. I just use it as a temp folder for things I don't want to keep. Yeah, test. Very creative titles. Set it to 2D. Now, if you haven't used Unity before, there's a ton of tutorials. It's really easy to get the hang of. You probably only have to invest about 5 hours over a couple of days of just watching videos, and you'll pretty much grasp nearly everything to do with it. But for now, everything I'm going to show you is pretty much self-explanatory. So first things first, we'll import a package. I've got a couple packages that I've made. The character herself, her room. I've got a game manager package that deals with state changes and switching between scenes. So in the Google Drive, which if you're working on this game, you either have access to or you will have access to soon. Under Unity packages, I've got a couple packages here, and I've got a folder just for the game manager because it's kind of a separate package. I'm trying to organize them into folders that make the most sense. So I like to start out off grabbing this girl, which is the character. Now, before it actually imports the package, you just make sure that you want to import all of the assets. Now, with the packages, I've set the folder structure up so that there's always a package folder, and 99% of the time there'll be a prefab folder. Under the package folder, there's all the under the package folder, there's the folder for this girl, and then under that there'll be all the assets, so the scripts, the art, animation files. And this pretty much, is everything that this package needs to perform what it has to do. Under prefabs, it's just the prefab for this girl, which if you know about Unity prefabs, you'll kind of understand this. But essentially, all they are is just an object that contains all of the assets configured in a way that It's a game, yeah. It's yeah. Go look at some YouTube videos. It'll make sense when I import it and actually play around with it. So if I click import, it'll do its little thing. So I'll grab the prefab, and that's done. So I should be able to press play, and she'll just work. She depends on nothing else. I don't have to import any other scripts. She's completely self-dependent, so the only thing is that, yeah, she's going to fall. So I'll quickly go in and add an edge collider. And now we'll play, and she'll land on that. Yeah. So, cool. And I can walk off the edge. So the powerful thing about how I'm implementing these packages is that they're all completely they don't depend. I can't think of the opposite word for this. They don't depend on any other assets. They're completely self-contained. So I'll go and import a couple more packages. I'll import her room. Again, you can see the packages folder in the prefabs, which has her prefab, and under packages it's got her room and all the assets to do with that. So if I click import, you can see in prefabs a new prefab has appeared, and under packages it's got her room. So I'll just grab her room. I'll just set it to 0, 0 just to center it up. We'll get rid of these grid lines because they're annoying, and we'll get rid of that camera icon, and that's better. So we'll just grab her room, and we'll grab her and just push it down a little bit, and we should be able to pray. And okay, another thing, yeah. So we'll just fix up the camera now. Her room doesn't come with any cameras, so we've just got the one camera in here. We can just scale that down, yeah, that's better. So you can see in her room, she's got all the edge colliders to make sure that she walks on all the right surfaces, and everything's set up. You can see she walks behind the bed, and she hits the other wall. At the moment, I've only implemented thus far. There's no other, like the computer doesn't work, or she can't get into the foreground yet, or you know, you can't view the instructions which are over there, or but I will eventually add these things into the package. We'll go and add a couple more packages. I'll add the so they're the two main packages I've been testing it with. There's a couple more packages which are kind of a little bit different. They deal with different things. We'll import the scene change package again. Prefabs folder, scene change, and scene change prefab. Now this here is obviously doesn't go into this scene because that doesn't make sense. We'll save this scene out we'll create a new folder called scenes. We'll call it laying because that's kind of what this scene represents. Now you can see we've got an error under here. The type of or namespace of the name speech bubble. This package relies on the speech bubble package. So sometimes there are going to be packages that rely on other packages. Which, yeah, speech bubble. Again, speech bubbles. And we import that, and that error message should go away. But we need one more, the game manager. We also have to build in the game manager. So, see this README doc? I am trying to compile documentation for this. I've only done the game manager at the moment, but essentially in each package there should be documentation so that you know what depends on what and how to use the package, etc., etc. Now you can, if I go back and import the game manager, you'll see that the game manager doesn't have a we've already got it. Anyway, before I imported it, it didn't come with any prefabs. It's one of the only packages that probably won't ever come with a prefab for the simple fact that it's completely, the scripts are completely self-contained. And you don't have to add it to the scene or anything. It's it's kind of like a static class. Alright, so we've saved playing out. We'll create a new scene, and you can see that speech bubbles appeared where it hadn't been before. Now this state stage change has a main camera, so we'll just delete this camera out. And now, if I press play, it should work. Right, object reference not set to it. So object, and Unity is crashing. I think I know why that is. We forgot to add the scenes. Oh, we forgot to save the scene. That would help. Okay, we'll read it. Okay, we can just say change. Save scene to stage change. Delete that camera. Save it. We also have to add under build and run. This is a very common thing that you have to do in Unity, just to add the scenes to the build. Okay, that's okay there. That's labels as auto-generating. It'll just auto-generate when you play the game. Hopefully this works. Okay. Okay, it kind of works. Okay, we forgot to do one more thing. In each scene, it's... Okay, that's what's happened. In each scene, when you're using the game manager, each scene has to have a root game object that is the same name as the scene name. So, and everything has to be put under that. So playing, and if you go to stage change, stage change, stage change. So if we run it, yep, that works. So we've switched from one scene to another. Now you'll see in here what actually happens is that a game manager object gets put in, and stage change is in there and playing is in there. So it's actually loaded the two scenes into the one game, and it's just hidden or disabled one of those game objects, which if I enable, you can see it'll reappear. That's essentially how the game manager handles scenes. It'll load in all the scenes. And for a game this small and this basic, that's not going to be a big problem. But it'll load in all the scenes, and it'll just turn the game objects on and off. That's why they have to be under game. All the content in a scene has to be under a game object with the same name as the scene file. Okay, I hope that all made sense. Yeah, so essentially we've just built the whole entire game just from packages. And yeah. Any questions? Yeah, if that confuses you, or if you're still not sure how that kind of works, I can keep on creating more videos, more supporting resources to help. My hair's a mess. To help understand how that kind of works, but most of it should be pretty self-explanatory. Cool.